Hello, my stamping friends. Brenda Hillard here. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and I can be found at createwithbrenda.com right up here. It's my logo. And you will always see on my videos my monthly host code posted. So when you shop with me, you not only earn Stampin' Rewards, but you get a gift from me every month, whether it's a thank you. If you do a qualifying order of $75 or more in the month of January, I will send you a make and take packet, and then we will do a special private crafting afternoon in February to assemble our make and takes. So I hope you'll give that a try. That's a first for me. 2022 is bringing some new things to Create with Brenda and some new challenges for me, like YouTube Live. So this is my first ever. I hope you'll stick with me here. I have this great project for us. A little bit about this project is another new thing to Create with Brenda is on the fourth Tuesday of every month, I am doing a Facebook Live, which may change over to YouTube because there's a lot of people on that are not on Facebook, a lot of my customers and friends. And so maybe we'll be switching over to YouTube Lives, but it's a Technique Tuesday. It's the fourth Tuesday of every month. And last night was the kickoff for 2022. And as what we did is we experimented with the blending pens. We used the shimmery white cardstock. We used StazOn ink, and then we used the blender pens with ink, colored pencils, and the pastels to see which technique worked best for which project we had going on. And for my technique, or the technique that I liked best for today's project, was the blender pen directly to the tip of the colored pencil. It gives it a real soft, warm color, and that's what I was going for on today's project. You can check out those techniques on my Facebook business page, and I've got the link down below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are not a subscriber. Click on that bell to get notified of my new lives, and then also when I post my new demonstration videos. All right, let's get started. So our products that we're going to use today, I have those all listed below as well. But I'm going to be using this beautiful package of products. It is the Friendly Hello Designer Series papers and the stamp set from Celebration. Celebration is going on now through February 28th, and you get both the Designer Series papers and the stamp set with a $100 product order. And just look at all the colors that this paper coordinates with. It's really, really beautiful. And one thing too I should mention is the flower stamps here and the leaves coordinate with this paper so that you can stamp to bring up or bring that paper to life. Really, really a fun product. So product offer, I should say. All right. And then we'll be using a blender pen, some colored pencils. The other stamp set we'll use is from Celebration also. This is called Special Moments. And it's all of these great sentiments. I just love, love, love this set. So we'll be using that for our inside sentiment on our card. And we're going to be using some StazOn ink. We'll be using the matte black dots. These are out of the annual catalog. And our black and white checked gingham ribbon. Adds so much color and fun to projects. All right. So let's keep this right up here so we have it to reference. And as what you're going to need for cardstock is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. So we'll just fold that in half, match up our edges here, and burnish with our bone folder. I have another piece of basic white that measures 3 3/4 by 5. I have a piece of basic black that measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Another piece that measures 2 1/8 by 3 1/8. I have a piece of shimmery white, and this measures 2 by 3. And then I have 5 pieces, and I picked 2 patterns to work with. So I have 3 pieces of this green leafy pattern, and then I have 3 pieces of the fresh freesia, kind of that splatter paper. And these each measure 1/2 inch by 5 inches. Okay. All right. Now, as I told you, if you want to see how to decorate or how to stamp and color the bird, please go to my Facebook business page. The link is below, and you can get all the details on how to get your bird finished or colored or ready to put on the front of the card, okay? So let's start by bringing in a piece of scratch paper here. I'm going to take our 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of basic white, and using our Stampin' Seal, I'm going to add adhesive. I'm going to save this one strip, and you'll see in a minute what we're going to do with that. But I'm going to take the green strip. I'm going to start with that because I'm going to use 3 of those and then 2 of the fresh freesia. And it's what you're going to do is you're just going to lay those on a diagonal on that 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of basic white. So we're just going to layer these up and just kind of butt up the edges. And if you used the Stampin' our trimmer to cut your strips, your edges will be nice and straight and they'll fit together beautifully for this card design. Make sure that the ends of your strips go over the edge of your cardstock, and we're going to trim that in just a minute. I'm going to add the fresh freesia speckle. And when you're laying those down, you can actually feel your paper go to the edge when you're butting them up. So that's always a good thing. So I butt it up like that. Oops, didn't have it quite where I wanted it. There we go. All right, so now we're just going to pick up our piece, and we're going to trim the what I'm going to call the overhang or the overspray. And just let the edge of the cardstock be your guide for cutting off your strips. Just want to move all these little strips out of the way because otherwise they'll end up on our project for sure, and we don't want them. Okay, so there is our decorated front piece. I love how this looks. So is what I'm going to do is just in the bottom corner, I'm going to take the Hope You Have the Best Birthday. And again, using StazOn ink. I like using StazOn. And the reason I do is that you get a very bold black image when we're using the StazOn. So I'm just going to ink that up. And being I have a photopolymer, I should have my foam pad underneath here just so I get that extra cushion for a good impression with our stamp. StazOn ink is sticky, so be prepared for that. But do you see how nice and bold your stamp is? I really love that about StazOn. And while we've got the StazOn out, I'm going to bring in our card base and we're going to stamp the inside sentiment. Now again, this came from the Special Moments Celebration set, and it too is photopolymer. So we'll leave our cushion for stamping. The ink is sticky, so hang on to your project. And then let's bring in the flower from the Friendly Hello. We'll ink that up. And you can see the StazOn does stain the stamps, but it does not affect the stamping quality. So that's good. Good news, right? I'm going to grab an envelope. And I thought I had everything right here, but you know how that is. So, all right. So our extra strip of Designer Series paper, we're going to add some Stampin' Seal to that. And I'm just going to put that right here on the left front edge of our envelope. And that's, if you're new to Create with Brenda, I am a no naked envelope kind of girl. I love, love, love decorating my envelopes too. So I'm going to take my stamp and I'm just going to put a flower right here on the flap. That'll help bring our card together. So with that, we are done stamping. I'm just going to put the cover on my StazOn because StazOn does dry out a lot faster. This is a solvent ink, and it's specifically for watercoloring and non-porous surfaces. So you can use it to stamp on like our window sheets and all kinds of good things. All right, so now it's time to give you a quick little demonstration here. I'm going to color this flower. And you'll see I can just kind of scribble with my colored pencil, and that was using the Melon Mambo. I'm going to color the center of my flower with the pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to just give my leaves a little bit of color with the Granny Apple Green. I'm going to take my blender pen. I'm just going to scribble to make sure that the special solution in the blender pen runs clear. You can see that the tip is stained because normally they're white. This one's been well loved, but it still works. But you just scribble and make sure it's clear, and then it's ready to go onto your project, and it will not transfer color if you do that little cleaning technique each time. I'll give my leaves a little attention, a little love, and the center. Okay, so there's the inside. Now let's take our 3 7/8 by 5/8 inch piece of basic black, and I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal on the back of our piece that we decorated with the Designer Series paper. And we're just going to center that onto the basic black. We just have that 1/8 of an inch. And you guys, I went to a leaders group meeting this past Sunday in Edina, Minnesota. It was really fun and well attended. But we were talking about how measurements are hard for some people. And if you're one of those people, I've got a deal for you at Create with Brenda. There's a free PDF there that you can print out these labels. And these are the layering templates for 1/4 inch increments. So what you do is you cut them out once. And if you never want to cut them out again, you don't have to. You can trace around the piece. But these work so well when you're designing a card and you're trying to figure out your layers. So do I want a 5 3/4? And then do I want to put, does my sentiment fit on a 3 3/4? So then I could layer it like this. It just helps in the designing process, and it also helps in the measuring process. So go to Create with Brenda, check it out. This Thursday, I'm going to be doing a triple time technique, and that'll be here on YouTube. And I will be introducing the 1/8 inch increments layers as well. So I think that'll help a lot of you in your measuring and layering process, because it seems to be a challenge for more people than I thought. 2 1/8 by 3 1/8 of basic black. I'm going to take my shimmery white piece of cardstock and I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal and just center this on the basic black. Give it some dimensionals. And this Take Your Pick tool, if you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, you are going to want one. It's literally a lifesaver for all kinds of things. And even this, taking the backs off from our dimensionals. Now I'm going to center that kind of low here on the card, like right above our sentiment. And then I want to bring in our matte black dots. And here's another way that this Take Your Pick tool comes in handy. I'm going to add a couple of the matte black dots. And I learned when arranging flowers that you use odd numbered embellishments. So I'm going to put 5 on my card. And then to help pull in the black, I'm going to tie just a little bow of our black and white checked gingham ribbon. You guys, all of these products are available in my online store, and you'll find that link right below in the Show Me More description. And I've set it up that you can add those right to your cart and shop with me to qualify for my monthly host gift, along with your free celebration products that you earn with a qualifying purchase. All right, I just picked up a mini glue dot on my bow. I'm going to put this right up here, and I want to trim this a little bit because I don't want it interfering with our beautiful tropical bird that we colored on our focal piece. Okay, so beautiful, right? Quick, easy, and the coloring is really quite therapeutic. I just, like I said, scribble on the flower, give it a pumpkin pie center, a little bit of green on our leaves, bring in our blender pen with the secret special solution, give it a quick smooth out of our colored pencil lines. It just helps bring up the color on the greens and the pumpkin pie center. And there we have it, a matching envelope with our project. I hope you loved it. Thank you for sticking with me on my first YouTube live. And until next time, bye-bye.